Hello, today's topic is computerized project administration. This topic discusses the use of computers as they relate to the project administration. The objectives of this topic are to introduce the following: document control, the documents used in project administration and where those documents flow, document and document control software, the different administrative tasks and the software tools available, the important elements of project administration software, the use of digital cameras for electronic photographic documents, and the leading planning and scheduling software used in construction job site management. Introduction. The computer use in the construction industry has grown rapidly over the past decade, and the computerized scheduling, estimating, and cost accounting are common applications in the construction industry. The construction industry also is seeing the introduction of computer systems for project document and cost control. The proper maintenance, organization, and speedy access to job site records are key elements to effective project administration. So, documenting construction project activities has always occurred, but computers help speed this process and integrate the information that is stored. Computer software also helps contractors standardize their documentation process. Computerized contract documentation software will record, track, and expedite tasks such as subcontractor control, subcontractor quotations, correspondence, daily reports, reminders, or dunning letters and meeting minutes. A dunning letter is written to communicate uh, that certain actions are to be taken. This type of letter generally follows a progression moving from gentle reminders to stronger communications as deadline approach. Computer applications quickly distribute documents needed by multiple people. Another area in which these programs in which these programs excel is maintaining cost records, such as payments from owners, payments to subcontractors, changes, claims, and other financial matters relating to the project. The productivity improvement is a prime objective of most construction companies. So, management often feels, though, that computerized systems will reduce project personnel productivity rather than improve it. They feel that training and retraining employees to keep abreast of the latest software detracts from the employee's job. The assumption that each generation or version of the software must be purchased and that training needs to be added as each new version is adopted is the basis for some firms experiencing unneeded high costs related to computers and productivity. Often, specific versions have a much longer application life than the software company's distribution of the new versions. So, an example of major changes in construction software happened late in the 2008 when Oracle bought Primavera. A new list of names began to appear on the Primavera products as they became integrated into Oracle's project portfolio management solutions. So, uh, soft additional trends in computing are also uh, changing construction software called cloud computing, web-based collaboration tools, browser-based software, and application serving. Cloud computing involves the use of remote servers and software networks for data storage and online access to computer services and resources. Now let's talk about the document flow. Project organizational charts are an important tool when creating a contract management system. Communication lines as well as contractual responsibilities must be established. So the paperwork flow, whether through the office or the job site, should be established and entered into the project software. Much of the industry's paperwork is repetitive in nature, in that the type of the form or the reason for using the document will be accomplished many times during the project. Only a few forms are used during the project. Many of the contractors' operations are duplicated month after month using the same format but different data. For example, application and certificate of payment is a process that happens month to month using the same form but changing data. This figure shows typical paperwork flow lines in a construction project. So as we can see in this figure, the general contractor communicates with the many parties. So for example, general contractor to architect, to the owner, the government agencies, material and equipment vendors or suppliers, and subcontractors. And subcontractor also communicate with the other subcontractors. So all these communications are represented or are supported by the paperwork flow. So therefore, a document flow, understanding of the document flow process is vital for the success of the control of documentation and information in the project. With this, now let's look at the document control process. Document control can encompass all the major individual categories, subjects, and types of paperwork pertinent to a company's daily business. Because documents can be detailed regarding classification and usage, a database of the different types of blank documents and forms, control or storage system should be implemented into the contract management system. So typically databases are used to organize, store, sort, manipulate, compare, and retrieve information groups. Many firms use databases to keep track of inventories of materials. An example of a database can be found at the local lumber yard. As an order is placed, the computer checks the inventory in the yard and confirms the availability of the material needed. When the order is placed, the computer immediately subtracts the item from its inventory or database of items and combines the prices from the accounting system, applies the total cost against the customer's account if the order is charged, and summarizes the total order with the prices attached in the form of a receipt. The computer also prints a sheet for the yard people to so that they can deliver material requested or refer the customer to the area where the material is located. Again, the location may be a part of this confirmation order from the yard people. The location of the material is just another piece of information that can be attached to the item itself. These databases can be used to organize, standardize, store, sort, and retrieve documents used on a project. This figure lists the documents by type and the area or category in which they are used or tracked on many construction projects. In this document list, many documents are filed in different places, but issues that relate to more than one area are not filed together. So this is where the concept of linking issues comes into play. So the list also shows the static nature of the paper files. So the many different management issues that can arise add a third dimension to the matrix, with many of the activities shown being repetitions. So the letters and transmittals are sent over and over to the same address and addresses. So the computer completes this mundane task of typing and addresses each time by using an additional database of the parties involved in the project. So this database can draw information from other databases to simplify the day-to-day work required in maintaining the document workflow. So the database used should have the ability to create the document from a document form and log, whether it is a transmittal form letter, customized form letter, original letter, or one of many reports and tracking forms such as submittal registers. The major problem facing all in one document control system or database today is the ability to store paper documents that are received from various project participants. This is accomplished in two ways, with neither method being totally satisfactory. Scan the document and convert it into readable computer file. Transmit the document electronically via the internet. So most firms are electronically transmitting documents, but the fax machine is still a tool used on a daily basis. Today's computers have fax capabilities and can both transmit and receive faxes. Using the computer as a fax machine can reduce the amount of paper and ink used and is convenient for faxing multiple documents. Many firms use this type of message delivery to augment the standard fax machine. Email is another alternate to receiving written documents in a form that can be stored electronically. So the idea of scanning and converting all correspondence and documents seem too time consuming for today's practical purposes. So construction has not yet evolved into a paperless business, but the documentation and control of the general contractor's correspondence is an important part of the management picture. The control process suggested for storing various paper documents includes the use of logs for tracking both incoming and outgoing correspondence and for attaching an issue bar code to each. Most firms are using generic tools to accomplish many of the defined tasks related to contract and document control. So this figure on the right illustrates the common software tools used for project management tasks. Opposition to converting some manual work to computerized forms is sometimes justified. One of the most criticized aspects of using computerized systems is the time required to learn the specifics. The training issues can be somewhat minimized by using only programs with standard interfaces. A standard interface provides the user with more of a point and click open and close method of working with the programs. These are some of the applications which are used in the on construction projects. And here actually you can see a screen from the Microsoft word processing program Microsoft Word, and as you can see that